If you just want to see the decklist made of 3 structure decks, or just the combo guide, feel free to skip the discussion about the card. If not, stick around. Okay, so the Albaz Strike structure deck just got leaked, and this is the card list. It's basically the same card list as the OCG version, it's just that we are missing the Ice Dragon's Prison, and instead we got the Pinpoint Guard. Which is not the most amazing thing, but this structure deck looks insane, so let's go over the cards. First, we have Albion the Shrouded Dragon. This is a pretty neat card. Next, we have Artifact Sight, and this worries me a little bit, because this might mean that we might not see Sight getting banned on the next list, and I hope that's not the case. We have the Collapse Serpent, and we also have the Viver Booster, which is pretty insane, and we also have a Chaos Dragon Levianeer in common, which I just think is so crazy good. We also have one Fleur de Lis, so that goes with your Ecclesias if you want to play that in your deck. As for the hand traps, we have the Effect Veiler and the Ghost Ogre in the same structure. I mean, this is Effect Veiler's 50th printing, but still, it's a really good staple card to have, and Ghost Ogre is just great in this format. Next we have Fallen of Albaz. This is pretty insane. We have one Keeper of Dragon Magic. This isn't the greatest thing in the world, but considering the fact that the Luber costs so much money, this is a fine replacement. We have one Bro Tower. We have double Kaijus. We have Radian and Thunder King. I've shown you in the previous video, which you can watch here, that you can easily OTK with just one Kaiju Slumber, so these are pretty neat to have. You just have to buy some Kaiju Slumbers, I guess. Next we have Red MD. After the Errata, it's not as great as it used to be, but it's pretty insane. We have Springan's Kit. This is probably your best replacement for a Luber if you're on a budget. We have one Seifert. It's still a great dragon package to have. One Summoner Monk. This is fine, whatever. One Mercurier. One Unlikely Sword Soul Allies. Now, I have no idea why this card is here, but it's an OCG import, so why the hell not? Then we have one Branded Bond, Branded Fusion, which is the most amazing card I've ever read in my life, Branded in White, one Called by the Grave, which is all you need. Dark Ruler No More comes in common yet again, so that's pretty insane. One Fusion Gate, that's, I mean, whatever. One Fusion Recycling Plant, this is great if you're playing Amazoness, so I guess that's fine. One Fusion Substitute, whatever. One Gold Sark, or one is all you need. Paradise Branded, this is pretty insane. I mean, you're running one if you're playing meta deck, but if you're playing only with 3 structures, this is probably the greatest card you've ever seen. One Pot of Extravagance. I mean, I'm still baffled that this made it to the TCG, but I'm so hyped about it. Next, Back to the Front, whatever. Branded Blade, whatever. The Counter Trap is, I guess, pretty neat. The Barrier, which is the greatest card to use with and against this deck, so yep, that's pretty insane. Judgment of the Branded, Necrofusion. Necrofusion is, I guess, cool if you're on a budget. Pinpoint Guard, this is like, I guess the Konami decided to put Pinpoint Guard in because they wanted to save the IDP for something else, because we have the new Labyrinth archetype coming out soon, and I guess they want to leverage that to sell more IDPs. Screams of the Branded, which is, I guess, okay. One Tikaboo, one Waking the Dragon, so that's pretty much it for the main deck. And in the extra deck we have Mirror Jade, which is your primary disruption in this deck. One Lubellion, one Albion, so you can do both of these in the same turn in the combo that I've shown you before, and it's pretty great. One Titanic Lad, this is a great reprint, one Brilliant and one Sprint. So without further ado, let's get into the deck list. Okay, here we are with the streamlined deck list, and I have to say this looks incredibly clean for just 3 structure decks. First of all, we have Double Albion. This is just a name, another Fallen of Albaz basically, and we don't have to run 3. Honestly, you can get away with running just 1 because it's searchable by Seifert, but most of the times you won't search it by Seifert, so it's just a good thing to have in combination with your Keeper of Dragon Magic. Next up we have one Levianeer. This is basically just to search off of Seifert and to recur off of Seifert and for nothing else basically. Triple Effect Veiler and triple Ghost Ogre just because they are generically good hand traps, and triple Fallen of Albaz because you need it for basically all of your plays. Next up we have Keeper of Dragon Magic. The combo with this, which I'll show you later, with it and Fallen of Albaz gets you into your quote-unquote full board with this deck. So I guess we are supposed to run 3 ofs, and also triple Seifert can also get you to the Keeper of Dragon Magic, but it's kinda slower and you want to run the fastest deck possible with this basically. So Triple Keeper of Dragon Magic. This is a card that you can combo off with your Albion or your Fallen of Albaz, which I'll show you later, and it's pretty much the best starter in the deck apart from the kit and the branded fusion, so we are running triples. Also, it's searchable by Seyfert, but you kind of don't want to do that because it's slow and you want to play a relatively fast-paced game. Next up, we have triple Springen's Kit. This is your replacement for a Luber, as I said previously. You want to run triples because it gets you to all of your branded cards, and your branded cards are your most powerful cards. Next up, triple Seyfert. This is just because we needed light targets, and apart from Ghost Ogre and Effect Veiler, I feel like Seyfert is the best light target in the deck. We can use it to recur the level 8s, we can use it to search the level 8s or level 4s, so we are running triples of those. Double Tri-Brigade Mercurier, this is here as an extra interruption. We can add it to our hand from our deck, so it's not as important to have it in our opener, but it's also pretty nice to have doubles in case we go to a grand game, which we will with this deck because this deck doesn't have the power level of the full power deck. Next up, triple Branded Fusion. This is the most insane card of the deck. Triple Branded in white. This is pretty good because you can use resources from wherever you want, and you need extra fusion spells considering that we only have fusion substitute left. One Called by the Grave, this is just to dodge hand traps. Double fusion substitute, this is searchable by Keeper of Dragon Magic, so you don't need to run more than 2. Next up, one Paradise Branded. I guess I couldn't make room for 3. I figured that considering this was 3 structure decks, you could easily run 3, but honestly we have so many good cards that I feel like we only have slot for 1, but honestly it's searchable by our Springen's Kit, so it's good enough to have as a one-off. Next up is triple Pot of Extravagance. This is self-explanatory as a draw engine, and for our trap cards we have double Condemnation, which is a counter trap, and 1 Blade and 1 Judgment of the Branded, just to have some extra variety in interruptions. For our side deck, these 9 is when you go second. We have 6 Kaijus and triple Dark Ruler no more to break our opponent's board. And for going first, I figured we could use There Can Be Only One and D Barrier. I considered including those in the main deck, but you have enough engine cards to make a pretty insane consistent main deck, so these should be included sparingly, only in matchups that they are an absolute win in. For our extra deck, I basically only cut Titanic Lead, and we are running triples of each of every other card. This is because we cut the Fleur-de-Lis from our main deck, so we can just focus on doing the primary stuff. Without further ado, let's get into the combos. For this combo, you'll only need Branded Fusion, Springen's Kit, and a random card to put back into your deck. We're gonna activate Branded Fusion. Using the effect of Branded Fusion, we'll send the Seyfert and our Fallen of Albaz from the deck to the graveyard to go into our Albion. Next, on the Summon of Albion, we can use its effect, banishing itself and the Fallen of Albaz, to go into our Mirror Jade. So basically this is your quick effect interruption number 1, and then we can use the effect of Kit, special summoning itself, in defense position please. Then we can use the effect of Kit and we'll grab a counter trap. So this is a quick and simple combo. We'll put back the card that we are using as a discard fodder, and yep, we have double interruptions. Moving on to the next combo. For this combo, you'll need Branded Fusion, Kit, and 2 cards to discard this time around. So first of all, we're gonna activate Branded Fusion. With the effect of Branded Fusion, we'll send Fallen of Albaz and our Albion to the graveyard. With these 2, we can fusion summon into our Lubellion. Then on the summon of Lubellion, we can use its effect, discarding 1 card in order to fuse with itself, and let's say the regular Fallen of Albaz, in order to go into our Brigand, the Glory Dragon. Next, we can use the effect of Kit, special summoning itself. Then with the effect of Kit, we'll pick up Branded in white. From here on out, we'll shuffle back the remaining card, and then we can use the effect of Branded in white, fusion summoning with Brigand, the Glory Dragon, and the Albaz in our graveyard, which in this case it's Albion. And then we can go into our Mirror Jade, which is our 1 interruption, and in the end phase we can use the effect of Brigand, the Glory Dragon, in order to grab the Mercurier from our deck. So here we have 1 non-targeting banish from Mirror Jade, and we have monster effect negation with the Mercurier. Moving on to the next combo. This combo can be combined with the previous combo, but let's say you just open Keeper of Dragon Magic, Fallen of Albaz, and a random card. So what you're gonna do here is normal summon the Keeper. Using the effect of Keeper, we're gonna discard the Fallen of Albaz in order to get our fusion substitute. Next, we can reveal any monster in our extra deck to special summon Fallen of Albaz face down in defense mode, and then we can use the effect of fusion substitute to fusion summon with it and the Keeper of Dragon Magic in order to go into our Lubellion. From here on out, we'll use the effect of Lubellion, discarding our random card, to put back the Lubellion into the extra deck and put back the Albaz into the main deck in order to fusion summon into our Mirror Jade. This is using your normal summon, and you notice that the previous combos did not use your normal summon. Moving on to the next one. For this combo you need Keeper of Dragon Magic, Branded Fusion and a card to discard for Keeper. So first of all we're gonna activate Branded Fusion. With its effect we're gonna send Albaz and another Albion. Then we're gonna go into our Brigand the Glory Dragon, and then we can normal summon Keeper of Dragon Magic, discard a card to add a fusion substitute from our deck to our hand. Next we'll reveal any card to set any Albaz from the graveyard, it doesn't really matter. And from here on out we can use Fusion Substitute in order to fuse with it and Brigand in order to go into our Mirror Jade. This is again our first interruption of the turn, and on the follow-up we'll have the Fusion Substitute to draw a card, but we are not done here. So we're gonna use the effect of Albion, and because it's in our graveyard we can send a card from the deck to the graveyard to shuffle it back into the deck and draw an additional card. With this we are going to send Judgment of the Branded, and then it goes back onto the bottom of the deck and we draw an additional card. In the end phase, because we have used the effect of Fallen of Albaz to send the Judgment of the Branded from our deck to the graveyard, we can set the Judgment of the Branded, and we can also use the effect of Brigand the Glory Dragon in order to search for our Mercurier. So we basically have a one-sided Raigeki, non-targeting banish and a negate, and I also drew a counter trap, but this is just a random card. On the follow-up you'll be able to use Fusion Substitute, put back the Brigand in your extra deck and draw an additional card, so you basically have a pot of greed on your next draw phase. These are also some of the cheap cards that you can include in your Fallen of Albaz deck. If you would like to learn more about the deck, consider watching this video. I'll see you in that one, bye!